Hi boys and girls, welcome to today's lesson. Today we are looking at Module 2, Lesson 7. And our learning goal is, I can make a 10 when 8 is an add-in. This is going to be very similar to what we've been doing, where we've been finding 10 or making 10 when 9 is an add-in. And do you remember how many we have to add on to 9 to make 10? Yeah, that's right, 1. Well, today we're going to be looking at 8 as an add-in, and we're going to be making 10 out of 8. How many do you think we're going to need to make 8 become a 10? How many should we add into that 8? Yeah, 2. 1 more than the 9. So it's 8 plus 2 will equal 10. Well, let's get started and take a look at it. So here's an example. So here we've got 8 slices of pizza. How many more do I need to make 10? Yeah, that's right. 2. We just talked about that. So if we add in 2 more slices, 1, 2, and let me circle those slices so we can see what we just added in there. So that's what we added in. We added in those 2 slices to our 8, and now we have 10. Let's take a look at an example problem of this. Tim has 8 apples. Jan has 5 apples. How many apples do they have in all? Now remember, when we have in all, that's our clue, that we want to know how many they have all together. So if we were to add up every single apple, how many are there? Let's label these first. So we know that Tim has 8, so let's put Tim here over our 8 apples, and we know that Jan has 5. Let's put Jan over here, over the 5 apples. We're going to do this the same way we did with our 9s, where we found 10 from the 9. We added 1 onto that 9 to make 10. We're going to add the 2 onto the 8. So let's make that group of 8. So here's our 8. And then we're going to include 2 more from Jan onto this to make our 10. So writing this problem out, we would write down 8 for the 8 apples that Tim has. Then we would be adding in, because remember, we want to find out how many they have in all. In all means we're adding. So we would add in the 5 apples that Jan has. So 8 plus 5 equals. Then, very similar, or actually exactly like we did with our 9s, we're going to add 2 onto the 8 to make 10. So I know that 8 plus 2 equals 10. So if I were to write down 8 plus 2, I need to get a 2 out of my 5, don't I? So I'm going to take a 2 out of that 5 on my mini number bond right here. And then if I take 2 out of this 5, how many are left in that 5? How many should I put on the other side of this mini number bond? Yeah, that's right, 3. And we put 3 down because we know that 2 plus 3 equals 5. Okay, so let's keep going. So we have our 8 plus 2 equals 10. This is just like we were doing with the 9s, isn't it? So 8 plus 2 equals 10 plus, and the number we have left over is that 3, so he drops down right there. And because 10 is a friendly number, we can add it up really easily. 10 plus 3 is, yeah, that's right, 13. Now, we want to also make sure, so we put our 13 right here. 10 plus 3 is 13, but we also want to put it up here because 8 plus 5 is 13 as well. So let's go ahead and put that down. 8 plus 5 equals 13. All right, boys and girls, it's time for us to do some of these together. So what I'd like you to do is to go ahead and pause the video, grab a piece of paper or your whiteboard and a pencil, whiteboard marker, whatever it is you need to write with, and come right back. Welcome back, boys and girls. All right, let's take a look at this together. We're going to be doing concurrent examples. That means I'm going to be doing this one here on the left, 8 plus 7 equals. You are going to be doing the one on the right in red, 8 plus 6 equals. I want you to do your problem along with me as I do mine. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my problem and I'm going to go, okay, 8 plus 7. I know that today I'm supposed to be making a 10 out of my 8. And thinking back, I know that I need to add 2 to my 8 to make it a 10. So I need to add 2 to this 8. I'm going to take 2 away from this 7 and add it onto this 8. I think you guys should start by doing the same as well. Take a look at this 6 and think, well, you need to make this 8 a 10, and you need to add 2 more to it. So why don't you go ahead and start by taking 2 away from that 6 while I take 2 away from my 7. So I'm going to take 2 out of my 7. I'm going to make a mini number bond here, and I'm going to take 2 out from it. And I know if I take 2 out from my 7, that it's going to leave me with 5. So this is my complete mini number bond over here. 2 plus 5 is 7. Okay, I'm going to add those together. My 8 and 2, I'm going to add up. 8 plus 2, and that equals 10. Then I can add in the number that I have left, 5. So I added my 8 plus 2 is 10, and now I have my 5 left. So let me add in my 5. 10 plus 5 equals, and I'm thinking in my head, oh, well, 10's a friendly number. I can add that up pretty quickly in my head. 10 plus 5, 15. And then I'm going to also plug in the 15 up here as well. Now, if I needed to, I could draw this out with some dots just to make sure I'm on the right track. So I could draw out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's my 8, and then I'm going to be adding in 7. So let me add in 7 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then, just like we did with our 9s, we can make a group of 10 by circling out 10 dots. We already know we have 8 dots here, so I'm going to circle those, and then I know I need to add 2 more in, so I'll circle up 2 of those other dots, and then I can just double check by counting. I can go, okay, 8, 9, 10, and then I'm going to add in what I have left here, my 5 dots right here. So I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. As you're finishing up this side, boys and girls, go ahead and draw out the dots as well. That way you can double check your work. So go ahead and pause the video, finish up your problem, then press play and check your work. All right, boys and girls, did you get your problem finished? Great. So this is what it should look like. So you had your 8 plus 6, and we know that we need to add 2 onto our 8 to make it a 10. So we took 2 out of our 6, and on our mini number bond here, if we took 2 out of the 6, that left us 4, because 2 plus 4 equals 6. 8 plus 2 is 10. There's that 10 we needed. And then we add in the number that we have left, our 4. And since 10's a friendly number, 10 plus 4, we know right away 10 plus 4 is 14. Then we have our dots. So we had our 8 dots over here, our 6 dots over here, and we grouped 10 of them together. So we had our 8, and we added 10 more to it to make 10. So here's our group of 10, plus what we have on the outside. There's 4. 10 plus 4 is 14. And we can double check that too by going 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we physically can count the dots to make sure that we've done the problem correctly. All right, go ahead and erase your whiteboard or go to a blank spot on your paper, and let's take a look at another problem. All right, boys and girls, here we go. I'm going to be doing the one in blue on the left side, 8 plus 3. You will be working on the one on the right side in red, 8 plus 4. Please do your problem along with me as I do mine, and we'll do them each step together. This time, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to do my dots first this time, just so I can visually see how my problem is going to look when I finish it. So I'm going to draw out my 8 dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And since it's 8 plus 3, I'll draw in my 3 dots now. 1, 2, 3. I would like you to do the same. Draw out your dots first right now here at the bottom of your problem area. So you're going to be drawing 8 dots plus 4 dots. Now, I'm going to group my dots together. So I know I have 8 right here, and I know that I need 2 more dots to make 10. There we go. Now we have my group of 10, and I can already see. So I have my 10, and I have 1 dot left over. The answer is going to be 11. But I need to go through the process to make sure I know how to use this tool. So when I get to harder problems, I'll be able to solve them. So I'm going to drop back up top here, and I go, okay, 8 plus 3. I know I need 2 onto this 8 to make it a 10. So I'm going to take 2 out of my 3. And I'm going to complete my little mini number bond over here. And I know 2 plus 1 is 3. So I'm going to finish off my number bond. I'll plug in my 1 right there. And now I'm going to add together my 8 plus 2 to make 10. Plus, and then I'm going to add in the number that I have left. And that matches up here. 1 is what I have left up there, and it's the same on the dots. The same number is left out, 10 plus 1, and we already talked about it, 10 plus 1, 11. And I'm also going to write the answer, or 11, up top right here as well. Okay, boys and girls, if you haven't finished your problem yet, please pause, finish the problem, and then come back and check your work. All right, boys and girls, hopefully this is what you have written down. So you should have drawn out your dots down here, your 8 plus 4, and then you made a group of 10, and then you added in whatever's outside of your 10. So you had 10, 11, 12, and then we're doing it up here as well. We're going to take 2 out of that 4 to make it 10. If we take 2 out of the 4, the other part of our mini number bond is going to be a 2, because 2 plus 2 equals 4. So 8 plus 2, there's our 10. We bring our 2 down because that's what we have left. 10 plus 2 is 12. And we also write the answer up here, 12, because 8 plus 4 is 12. It's the same answer because really, it's the same amount of numbers. We're just kind of changing them around and moving them around. All right, boys and girls, what I want you to do right now is to go ahead and pause the video and grab your problem set. We're going to start taking a look at some of those problems. This is what your problem set should look like. It will say up here at the top, Lesson 7 problem set, and it will say 1.2. Remember that 1 means first grade, and the 2 means unit or module 2, and we are on Lesson 7. Let's take a look at number 1. So number 1 reads, circle to show how you made 10 to help you solve. Let's read our problem. John has 8 tennis balls. Tony has 5. How many tennis balls do they have in all? The first thing they want us to do is to circle how we made 10 to help us solve. So let's do that. Let's circle 10. So we know we have 8 right here. So there's 8, and we've already talked about it. We have to add 2 more to our 8 to make 10. So there's our group of 10. Now, right here it reads 8 and make Well, what are we adding in together right up here? Let's take a look. So we have 8 tennis balls, and we have 5. So we have 8 and, 5. So let's write that in right there. 8 and 5 make, well, now that's where we want to solve this. So let's see here. We've got a group of 10 and 3. So 10 plus 3 is, that's right, 13. So 8 and 5 make 13. 10 and 3, so 10 and 3 make 13 as well. So Tori and John and Tony have 13 tennis balls in all. All right, boys and girls, nice work. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 reads, Bob has 8 raisins and Jenny has 4. How many raisins do they have all together? First thing I would like you to do is to draw out some dots. So let's draw out Bob, who has 8 raisins. Let's draw out his 8 dots first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then let's draw out Jenny's. She has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so here's my 8 raisins. Here are my 4 raisins. Now, what I want you to do is first you're going to circle your group of 10, and then you're going to be dropping down here, and we're going to be solving these here. So 8 and, what are we adding together here? Yeah, 4. So 8 and 4 make 10 and make So to fill these in, you're going to make your group of 10, and whatever number you have left is going to be right here, and your answers will go right here. If you're not sure what to do, rewind the video and go back up to problem 1 to review how we solve that one. And then after you've done that, come back and we'll take a look at problem 3. Let's take a look at number 3 now. Everyone should have finished problem 1 and problem 2. So problem 3 is going to be very similar. Problem 3 says there are 3 chairs on the right side of the classroom and 8 on the left side. How many total chairs are there in the classroom? Well, let's draw that out. So we have 3 chairs on the right, 1, 2, 3, and 8 on the left. So let's go ahead and draw those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so boys and girls, you're going to be setting this up the same way as you did before. You're going to be making your group of 10. So you need to circle 10 out of this group and then solve it. 8 and make So we already know 8 and, what's the other number we're adding in? Yeah, 3. So let's see here. So here's our 3 chairs. So 8 and 3. Then you're going to continue on. 10 and make So after you make your group of 10, how many are left out that you're adding on to the 10? And how many are there in all? So if you're going to add them all up, which is, well, exactly what you're doing, what's the answer? Go ahead and solve number 3, and then let's take a look at number 4. All right, welcome back, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 4. On number 4, you're going to be doing it the same way as you have on the other ones. And again, if you're confused and you don't know what to do, please rewind the video, go back to problem 1, and that will go through it step by step of what you're supposed to do. So this problem, number 4, reads, there are 7 children sitting on the rug and 8 children standing. How many children are there in all? So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to be drawing out your dots. So we have 7 children and we have 8 children. You're going to draw out 7 dots. You're going to draw out 8 dots. On your group of 8 dots over here, you're going to then circle and make it into a group of 10. Then you're going to put 8 plus, right there, 7. 8 and 7 make, and then what's our answer? 10 and make, well, there's our answer. So 10 and, so we have our group of 10, and then whatever we have outside of our group of 10 is what we add in. And then our final answer, there are children in all. So again, if you're not sure what to do, go back to number 1 and review what we did there. All right, boys and girls, you did great today. And as always, I can't wait to see your work.